Welcome back to Nicholas Comic Corner, Classic Lesson Non-Classic. This episode number 2883. Double shot number 2777. We have two books of Image, both started in the 90s, and both created by Founders of Image. First up we have is the Spawn Compendium Book 4. And like in the case of the first book, not discussing all the issues published in this book, which this book covers another 50 issues book, issues 151 to 200. But I'm only discussing issues 172, 173 to 200. There's a lot of weird stuff related to these issues here. And, oh, by the way, the writers of these issues are, for basically 151 to 184 is David Hayne. Starting with 180, Todd McFarlane comes back in the book. With 185, Brian Hooligan joins the Compendium for about 6 issues. Your artist for the issues. The ones who did issues 151, 164 is Philip Tan. He co-does basically 163 with Rado Nabora, Brian Herberlin. Does issues 165 to 173, 177 to 178, 180 to 184. 174, 176, 180 is Bing Kazisko. 74, 76, which is the same person who does those issues. Gerard Van Dyke. Greg Capullo does 180, 184, 190, 191, 183, 185, 196. 179 is Mike Mayhew. 195, 182, 184 to 195, 197. Tom McFarlane does 195 to 196. 196 is Rob Life. He does an issue 2. 198 is Kari Rolfe. 199 Eric Larson. 200 is done by Robert Kirkman, Simon Kurowski. Let's see. I did hear also that 200 was basically Tom McFarlane's last interior he did for a long time. So in these issues, there's a lot of weird stuff happening here. Like, we have where Wanda's daughter Cheyenne, where every time she's like a little bit older now, she's not a little girl anymore, she's older, and every time she's seen a lot of the time, she's having constant sex with a bunch of guys. One point, when they have her shown to where she's having sex, she's doing it for a poster of Tomb Raider. But not any Tomb Raider. Top Cow's Tomb Raider. I thought that was strange. And then at one point, she becomes the host, the new Spawn, briefly. And that's dropped because we debut a new character. Well, I'll get to that. Yeah, these issues here, some of these issues debut a brand new character who takes up a Spawn title for a good period of time. A character by the name of Jim Downing. Yeah, with issue 190, 185, Jim Downing basically he takes over the book very briefly. Yeah, his whole thing is that he's a healer, and he also kills people too, and he acts in public. Yeah, he's a complete different Spawn. Where Al Simmons always operates in the shadows, Jim Downing is a public character. That's kind of how he is. I thought it was just a really strange era for him. And, like, basically 200 is, like, he ends up fighting Al Simmons in 200, who has become the Omega Spawn. You're thinking, what the heck is the Omega Spawn? It was something for a mini-series that was never completed because it was delayed. It got pretty much... The rumor I heard about this book is got canceled after like... It was supposed to be 6 issues. It was the big crossover. This one miniseries, all the Image characters together. Al Simmons is the villain, and the book gets axed to 3 issues due to all the frickin' delays this book went through. Which book is referenced in here? Yeah, it was supposed to basically continue, but like basically only supposed to be 6. And Rob Liefeld confirmed the book was being canceled. And Kirkman did it. Yeah. Like, it's supposed to feature Youngblood, Spawn, Savage Dragon, Shadowhawk, Witchblade, Cyberforce, Invincible, The Darkness. Yeah. Yeah, it was a really bizarre thing here. Um, Also, this thing with the Violator in this book, where he just, like, he shows up in front of, he shows up in the car that Sandwich Witch drives, and he decides to pee on the car when they attempt to run him over. And Sam's like, that's it. He just cuffs him. Yes, he arrests the Violator, puts him back to see of his car. He asks him, what's up with the red eyes? Puts him in a jail cell. And then the Violator leaves the jail. You're like, what? Yeah, it was really bizarre. It was a minor thing in this book. How are you like, what the heck is this? It is by far one of the most... It's really bizarre. Like, it is the weirdest thing here. They even have a storyline called Endgame, which lasted about a dozen issues. Yeah. If you're curious, like, how long did the Endgame last for? This lasted from 185 to 186. This actually was the start of the Jim Downing stuff. Yeah, and for some reason, aside from this trade here, 186-200 is not in trade. I have reviewed, I think I have reviewed New Beginnings. I have to take a look about that. Because I think I may review these issues. Let's see. Yeah. But still good issues. I do like these issues, but they're also so bizarre. There's also references here to Spawn 100. So I have read New Beginnings. It'll be 2-1 to 212. Yeah. But Spawn is getting weirder. Much weirder. And thanks to this book now, I've reviewed the first 212 issues of the series. Which means not much more longer until I get caught up with the trades I own. Which is, like, if you think about it, there's not a lot left. And also with this book, I'm out of the 100 for this series. And I think that I might be out of, like, the... I don't know about 2000s yet, because I think when I eventually caught up with the series, Jim Downing was still the Spawn. And I think the book, if I remember correctly, I think that the book had just reached about 240, I think it was at the time, maybe. But yeah, good book, roughly 9 out of 10. Next up, basically, we have is, well, Witchblade, the Complete Collection, Book 1 of 2. Yeah, at least 2 of these things. This book collects the first 19 issues of Witchblade, along with the Darkness issues 9 and 10 are across like all family ties. Tales of Witchblade, which is 4 issues. Basically, this is like the beginning of Witchblade. Now, for some reason, the creative team's put in the back of the book for some reason. I'm not sure why. So, the main issues are mainly written by David Wall and Brian Heberlin. Michael Turner does pretty much the artwork for the main issues of the book. Issue 8, we have Christina Z. It's with issue 3, Christina Z joins the story, and Michael Turner does the co-plotting. Christina Z is there for a little while, and then Christina Z does Tales of Witchblade issue 1. Still does the spin-off book. Does the main book anyways, along with the main book. And Christina stays on there until the main book does all the issues. The Tales of Witchblade, she does the first 2 issues. 3 is done by Warren Ellis, with Billy Tan and Brian Cheng on the artwork of that one. Mark Fisher does the pencils for The Darkness, issue number 9 and 10, with Joe Bez and Clarice Lensing. The whole thing in this book is like, oh, there's a tournament, and there's the detective, Sarah Brazili gets caught up with this tournament, and the whole thing is competing, who would be the holder of the Witchblade, which is this gauntlet. And like, oh, it's going to this guy. Nope, it kills the guy. Even in a flashback, the Witchblade is not like guys, it likes girls. So, as soon as she gets it, it basically sheds like her entire clothing, and armor covers all of her naughty bits. Also, for some reason, the opening issue, even this trade, I'm not sure why that the trade kept this in here, given the fact that, well, here's the thing. Mark Silvestri is not only this character, but yet he included it as a cameo in this book. You see his character here in this painting? That is she. That is Billy Tan's character. Yes. Yes, she made a painting cameo in this book. I'm not sure why. And a lot of this book is, you read it, and aside from doing a little history of what the Witchblade itself, like, a lot of time reading this book, you're like, at one point in the book, we have to turn the book on the side because it's Michael Turner, it's the 90s, of course, basically, he did this. And a lot of the time puts Sarah in a lot of sexual posing. Also, seems like that basically her captain was somewhat of a sexist, a little bit. Like he claims, oh, we can't have like half-written reports and covering up stuff. And so she gets suspended because all the stuff all the craziness going on in these first 19 issues. At one point, the Witchblade rejects her and then gets back for some reason. That's kind of what goes on here with this one. Oh, yeah, she also meets the guy who becomes the host of Darkness, who... Basically, his whole thing, at the start of it, when we first see him, he is like... It seems like he's written to be madly in love with Sarah, but he's not expressing it. You see, the host of Darkness, who is Jackie Acacio, by the way, Jake, who appeared in the other Witchblade book I reviewed, this is the version she appeared in. Also, he also at one point is accused of stalking Sarah to a point where she's at a wedding she was invited to. And because Jake's like, oh, I got all these pictures. And she's like, what are you doing? Get out of here. And then he's like, he's like, don't worry, I'm leaving. Yeah, and then he's suspended because of all the craziness related to this book. But it's the start of the book. It's just that her captain is like doesn't like the fact that certain stuff is the way it's written. Like, I don't know if this is how real life NYPD cops talk, or at least how they act toward female detectives. It's almost like basically he treats her like she's nothing, despite the fact that it was later revealed in their book that she's the daughter of another police detective. She's second generation cop. Yeah, but it's a good start for this book. Nothing wrong here, but I did enjoy the history of the Witchblade, they explore here. But I would say Rob Marks gave a little more interesting thing where he correct kind of where it's to the Catholic Church. I do appreciate the crossover with Darkness because they probably just started and they figured out why not. In case you're curious though, what the heck does Darkness even look like? That's the Darkness right there. Yeah, it's his armor that he wears. Yeah. But still good here. I give the book roughly 8 out of 10. It's just a start. Don't worry, it does get better. But the ultimate problem with this book is, and anybody who's fan of Witchblade probably will agree with me, I mainly got into this book because a friend of mine recommended it to me. I have read the whole series. Excuse me, both this volume and the second volume. Yes, I even read the current volume too. So, he recommended me this, The Darkness, and all this. I necessarily read everything related to this. I would say the one book I really enjoy reading from Top Cow is Tomb Raider. I love the Tomb Raider. I thought it was fantastic. It's a shame the library only had the first 2 volumes. I thought it was kind of weird, given the fact the book was 50 frickin' issues. Yeah. Oh, and the Tale of Witchblade, it's just basically just various holders. Like there's a female pirate gets her hands on it in the book. That's basically what Tale of Witchblade is. My guess they included it here because it was probably published around the same period of time, and it just details the backstory of the Witchblade. Well, at this point, anyways, before they decided to make a semi-reboot to the book, about 80 issues in. But the biggest problem Witchblade it's had over the years is its publication schedule. That was it. Like that, I looked up online how many issues released per year. A lot of the time, with the exception of 1 year, when at least 9 issues, and that was issues 150, 159. A lot of the time, the series was lucky to release 6 issues a year. 6 issues. So it's almost like this book was come out once every 2 months or 3 months, depends upon whenever it feels like releasing it. Sorry about that. Oh, let me show us Michael Turner artwork. He does pretty much all the artwork in here. How about her as Witchblade? There's the Witchblade itself. That's what it looks like in its first appearance. Yeah, and by issue 3, that's when it turns into the Watch. But this is kind of mostly full armor. But that's basically what it does. It forms boots, coverings of the chest, groin area, butt. But for some reason, the armor loves doing it. Like the artist, whoever draws Witchblade, loves depicting it where the armor, when it comes out, it basically sheds all over clothing. Sometimes she's a little bit left, and sometimes she's wearing practically nothing. Like, she's lucky if she's wearing a pair of panties. That's how basically the Witchblade works. Yep. Now, do I prefer the reboot version? This one. I like both. I had nothing wrong with either. But it's how kind of how the series is. Okay? So yeah, that's particularly a particular view. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications, and do it at the like button. So I'll see you all tomorrow for my. I do have one more Comic Corner left to go, and I do have one name left case go. So I don't have time to do it tonight. So see you all tomorrow. Bye.